there is this law that everybody naturally gives as they receive. Yes, so what I have observed in life, that if you have received good parenting, if your teachers have been good, then you also end up being a good parent and a good teacher. And it is very difficult to give what you have not received, or if you have received everything, not giving also feels, inappropriate, because you always think, you always in your deep down, in your heart, you have that I received so well, so if somebody is in front of me, then I should also give the same. And from my personal experience, in school I had very good teachers, and we were taught very well in school. We never had to go for tuitions or anything, and in all my career I never took a tuition, and it was only classwork which was enough, and the study was, they took care. It was not like they didn't answer our questions or the doubts were not cleared. It was nothing like that. And this is why whenever in the Lokik life also there was an opportunity to be a teacher, then I felt that you become the same kind of teacher as you saw. So if you had been with good teachers, you also feel like giving back in an equal measure. And I also felt that teaching should be comprehensive, and you should it should be very exhaustive, and everything you have to teach. Nothing should be left for a doubt or something. So this is my personal experience. And then Baba says that when we come to Baba, then Baba gives us the first blessing that Baba gives us is be yogi, be pure. So be yogi, be pure. And up until, so you see that you become like your parents, don't you? So when your parents, so if your parent is rich, if your parent is educated, then you don't think that being rich or being educated is something that you will have to struggle a lot for, because you think that that is something very natural. My parents have it, I have it, and I can do it. So similarly, Baba says that now this is your Sangam Yugi birth. This is your new birth. And in this new birth, my parent is somebody who is the teacher of Raj Yoga. So Shiv Baba himself is the one who teaches Raj Yoga and the one who is the purifier. So by virtue of being Baba's child, I am a natural yogi and naturally pure. Because maybe having yoga with God is difficult, but having yoga with a father is not difficult. Is it difficult to have yoga with your father? No. Baba says, even a little child who is never taught to have yoga with the physical parent, he also knows how to have yoga with the physical parent. Yes, so yoga with Baba is very easy. It comes naturally to me when I am born to Baba, when I become Baba's child, when I understand that Shiv Baba has adopted me through Brahma Baba's mouth and I am a Brahma Kumar or a Brahma Kumari now, then yoga is very natural, because It's not about connecting with God. It's about just being with your parent. And that is very, very easy. And who is your parent? Your parent is the ocean of virtues. He is the Almighty. He is the purifier. He is everything. So then all those qualities and powers also come naturally to me. And then my parent himself is the purifier or the ocean of purity. So then purity is not difficult for me, right? So if somebody's parent is, I know a little child and his father is a mountaineer, and that little 6-year-old is also a mountaineer. So he also does, mountaineering with his father. And when that child visited the center, so I asked him, is it okay that you go mountaineering? You don't find that difficult? So he just looked at me and he didn't know what I'm asking, because he never knew that it could be difficult because he did that with his father ever since he was born. So it comes so naturally to him. And Baba also says that now that I the purifier himself am your father, is purity difficult for you? If you just remember whose child you are, then purity comes naturally to you. So Baba says that this is the, whatever people think is impossible in this ugly, impure world is very natural and easy for you, because now you belong to this parent. And then Baba says that I am sustaining you with pure love. So what you're receiving from me is the sustenance of pure love. And in the world, we have not known pure love, have we? So we know lust, we know attachment, we know expectations. We don't know pure love. So this pure love that Baba is giving us, a love in which there is a lot of hope but no expectation. So do you feel Baba's love? Baba has hopes on us. It is not like Baba doesn't have any hopes from us, but he has no expectations. He is not burdening us with our hopes. He's just inspiring us and motivating us with his hopes. And he's giving so much of sustenance and love and encouragement and power, so that we pick on it and we start doing what will create a good destiny for us. But he never pressurizes us. And I once there was this parent, and he told me that he has come from a village, and he was having a conversation, and he said something very nice. He said, in our village there is this school to which my children go, and up to the 5th standard the children's performance is not evaluated, so there is no report card until the 5th standard. So there is no tension. But from the 6th standard they start giving ranks, and then all the parents are in competition, because whose child is the best. So from the next year I'm going to be very stressed, because then I have to prove that I'm the best parent, and I have to also buck up the child to help me prove that. So that was an interesting way he put it. But it is like that, you see, that the message that we always get from parents is that if you are not doing this in a certain way, whatever you are doing, if you're not doing it in a certain way, then then we are sad, we are feeling irritated, we are mad at you, or we will not feel that same kind of love from you. But Baba doesn't give us that kind of message, does he? So have you seen that if you don't live up to expectations of humans, then they block their love for you? Yes, because their love is very conditional on the fulfillment of their expectations. But have you felt that from Baba? No, Baba never blocks his love. Baba is the ocean of purity, love, sustenance, and he keeps doing that. Even if you don't take it in full measure or you take it number wise, he keeps doing that. He keeps encouraging, inspiring, even if it is the 30th day or the 30th year of inspiration. So he keeps doing it with the same fervor, same love. So Baba says that I am sustaining you with pure love, the sustenance of pure love, in which I'm inspiring you, motivating you, encouraging you, to take up Purusharth and do everything based on Srimad, do Seva. I'm every day doing that. But in this sustenance, there is no pressure. Yes, so this is the pure love that Baba is giving us. And we had not seen pure love until now, a love that is not selfish, because Baba says that in the end, I'm not going to get anything. I have to just take care of you, sustain you, give you the kingdom and go back. And you have to be there and rule in the kingdom. And when we experience this kind of love, can we give that kind of love to other souls? Can you do that? Can you just give that pure love to other souls, where there is a lot of hope, a lot of effort you make, but no expectation, no judgment? So that kind of love Baba is giving us, which is the rarest kind of love. So Baba says that I am giving you the blessing to be a yogi and be pure. So by virtue of that blessing, you become a natural yogi, naturally pure. And I'm giving you this pure love which nobody had ever heard of. And then I am giving you, so Baba says, I'm making you, swing on the swing of virtues. So Baba today says that I make you swing in the swing of happiness and sing you daily lullabies to make you into embodiments of all virtues, embodiments of knowledge, and embodiments of peace and happiness. So have you seen that the lullabies you hear, so all those bedtime stories and lullabies that you hear, they enter your subconscious very easily. Yes, and I remember I had this book, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I read it as a very small kid. So I read it when I was in standard 1, I think. And then somehow I lost it. And then I went to a bookstore when I was in 7th grade. And I searched frantically for that book because I felt like that book had given me some magical experience which was difficult to forget. But when I reread it, there was no magic in it. I just found it an ordinary book. But as a 1-year-old, it felt very magical. So Baba says that, so every day when you listen to the Murli, then it is like that. So, this morning meditation in which you listen to the commentaries, or you meditate and you have a commentary of your own, or when you're listening to the Murli, then we don't know, but subconsciously Baba is filling us with virtues, powers, knowledge, happiness, peace. And Baba says, this is the kind of sustenance I'm giving you. I'm swinging you on the swing of happiness and singing to you lullabies which are filling you with happiness, peace, and all virtues. And then Baba says, you elevated children of such parents are Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. So, do you even recognize the kind of sustenance you are being given, or the kind of sustenance we Brahma Kumars and Kumaris are receiving? It is rare, it is very, it is very valuable, it is unprecedented, it is unparalleled. Nobody in the world is receiving this kind of a sustenance. And Baba says, keep the importance of this life in your awareness. If you keep the importance of this life in your awareness, that I am the one who is receiving the best, then you can play your special parts, your hero parts on the unlimited stage. So when you keep it in your awareness that I am receiving that which nobody is receiving, then you can give what nobody is giving and do what nobody is doing. So Baba says, if you just hold in your awareness the importance of this special birth, this Brahmin birth, where you are getting this kind of a sustenance from Baba, then it will help you play a hero part on the world stage. What is a hero part? Doing karma which other people think is impossible. So, when you are behaving when you're coming into action from a place of soul consciousness, from a place of being ever happy, ever loveful, ever peaceful, that is something that the world has never seen. And you become a hero actor which everybody can copy. So Baba says, but you are not a hero actor who has to do a lot of effort. So it should come naturally to you because you are being filled with the best kind of sustenance. So there is a question in terms of behaving purely with everyone, mistakes happen. I mean, I try to give them, but then misunderstandings happen, and sometimes I also forget not to expect. So this is why Baba says that you have to hold into your awareness what you are receiving from Baba. So you see, I think that there is a problem in the world which we are facing, which is lack of gratitude. And that lack of gratitude is a byproduct or is a consequence of the fact that we do not count our blessings. So we always look at what we have not got, what we have not received, what is lacking. But do we ever take cognizance of the fact that I am receiving this kind of a sustenance from Baba every day? I am receiving the Murli, which is filling me with happiness, joy, with love, with power, with knowledge every day. And I belong to the Father who is every day telling me that it is very easy and natural to be yogi, pure, to be powerful. Did anybody tell you that in the world? Did anybody tell you that you have these 7 virtues which are your qualities and 8 powers which you own? Nobody told us that. Everybody told us that we are born weak and that animal instinct is our natural instinct and being weak and miserable is our destiny. But we are receiving this kind of a sustenance from Baba. And Baba says that if you just count your blessings, if you just hold into your awareness who you have found and what He is giving you, and all day if you just be aware of that, then you will experience that all those powers and virtues which you thought were difficult to have, they come naturally to you. And then your actions, every thought, every word, every act can be the act of a giver, can be an act filled with love and happiness. So Baba says, and that is how you will become a hero actor, by just recognizing that you have received so much from Baba. Okay, but what we do is we listen to the Murli and we don't have any gratitude for Baba. Yes, we don't have gratitude for our fortune that we are receiving so much from Baba. Did anybody call you sweet child in all these years? Baba calls us sweet children every day. But do we recognize the worth of this? And I remember there was this one. So we live in a culture where we complain with people when they exist and we miss them when they are gone. Yes, because when they are there, we never recognize what they are giving us or whatever they are doing. And that has become a sanskar. And similarly, when we come to Baba also, we don't recognize the value of the murli or the love or the care or the blessings or the sweet words or the elevated knowledge that Baba is giving us. Because it is a sanskar to not recognize what you are receiving. And Baba says, do away with that sanskar. Try to understand your fortune. Bring that fortune into your awareness. And when you do that, then you are filled with that, you recognize that I'm full of these things because I've received from Baba. When Baba can call you a sweet child despite who you are, do you not know you're not sweet? At least not every day. And still, Baba never fails to call you sweet child. Can you not just do this one thing for another person? Can you not just call somebody sweet child every day, or sweet brother or sweet sister every day, despite they being themselves? Can you do that? And if you can do that, then you are a hero actor. And just ask yourself, when Baba has called you a sweet child every day, even when I'm not so sweet, has it not worked wonders? It has worked wonders. And somewhere, because of the power of Baba's love and because of the power of Baba's hope, his relentless hope on us, we have also started having hope in ourselves. Yes, so Baba has not, and this is a very good saying also. God is the one who doesn't give up on you when you give up on yourself. And because He never gives up on us, we also start having some hope and faith in ourselves. And we also start doing that karma which we never thought we were capable of. Whether it is meditating, whether it is understanding and behaving knowledgefully, whether it is being pure, or whether it is doing seva. We never thought we could do it. I remember the first time Didi told me to do some seva. I said, I can't do seva and all. I'm very busy. If I go to office and cook my food, I feel I've just conquered the world. I cannot do more than that at all. Don't expect it from me. And then, you see, after some time, seva came so naturally to me. Why? Because, when you keep receiving this love from Baba, this sustenance from Baba, then that which looks so impossible at one time comes naturally to you. whether it is seva, whether it is being pure. So in the beginning, purity doesn't sit in your intellect. What is purity? How does one become pure? But slowly, gradually, purity looks like the most natural thing to you. And then Baba says, same is for, being knowledgeful and behaving knowledgefully. So being knowledgeful, behaving knowledgefully, we thought we could never do it. Knowledge is just for listening and narrating to others, but how do you behave knowledgefully? It's not easy to incorporate it in action. But Baba says, all the teachings that Baba gives, sooner or later we start feeling it comes naturally to me. And then Baba says, if you start doing that same thing, being pure, being naturally pure, yogi, sevadhari, and being a knowledgeful soul in word and in action, then the world will see an example which they have been waiting for so long. And then you become the hero actor who sets that example and inspires everybody to follow. So Baba says, just hold into your awareness what you have received, because you have received everything free. And when you receive, when you are aware of what you have received, then giving comes naturally to you. But what happens is, when Baba talks about giving back to the world, giving back to society, giving to other souls, what we do is we don't keep in our awareness what we have received and we just try to give. Then it becomes a burden. But if you keep in your awareness what you have received and then give, then you will always speak these words. And I tell you from experience that I have done nothing, given nothing. Because you are always aware of how so much more you have received and so much more Baba has done for you, that whenever you give, whenever you share, whenever you do some seva, it will look like, you've done nothing. And then when there is no ego about it, then you can do it with the, sustainably. Because as soon as ego sets in, you start doing less and less of it every day. So this is something that Baba is telling. And then today there is Mama's Vani, and in Mama's Vani, Mama is talking about very important things. First, Mama is explaining what is our real aim. So, when we talk about aim in Gyan, so usually the answer that comes up is our aim is to be Lakshmi Narayan. Yes? But Mama today says your real aim is to know that you are a soul and you are God's child. That's your real aim, because being a deity is a byproduct. So, you will be a deity, and that's the reward of belonging to Baba. So, getting the reward, keeping that in your awareness will not help. But what is the real effort that you have to make? Your real effort is to always know that you are a soul and you're Baba's child. And by virtue of being a child, you are like Baba. So we have always understood and learnt, and we have been taught that man is made in the image of God. And what I have to do is, in silence, I have to always remember that I am a soul and I am a child of God, and I am made in His image, and I am just like Him. So, would you think that not reacting in a situation is difficult for God? How would it sound if I said, how can God not react when somebody is being rude? So it sounds so bizarre. And you see, I'm God's child. So it's the same with me. Not reacting in a difficult situation comes naturally to me. So Baba says always, so the main aim is you start seeing yourself not as one of the many you see with these eyes, but as the one you don't see with these eyes, like Baba, who is the ocean of virtues and knowledge and power. So Mama is underlining this aim, that our real aim is to know that I am a soul and know that I am Baba's child, and get this very clear in my buddhi that I am like Baba. And if I become like Baba, if I realize that state, then naturally I will receive the reward of being a Satyugi king. Because when your frequency, when your vibration becomes that of purity and spiritual love, then you will find a place in the world of love and purity. So this is something Mama is saying. And then second thing Mama today is pointing out is about the code of conduct. So you see that, so how do you know that there is a moral code and in the world, and that moral code defines how much of vice you are allowed? Yes, that morality tells you how much of vice is okay. And generation by generation, every 20 years, 30 years, the moral code is shifting downwards. Yes, so earlier it was one man and one woman, or one man having a relationship with one woman was okay, in a lifetime. And then it shifted to, you can have many relationships, but after marriage stick to one. Yes, and then now it has changed to one person at one time, but you can have as many as you can in one lifetime. Okay, and there was this young girl, and she came some days back and she told me that my boyfriend cheated on me. And I said, okay, so I said, this boy is the only relationship you have ever been in. So she said, no, I have been in several relationships, but with this boy, when I have been with him, I have never been with someone else. But while he is with me, he is with someone else also, so that amounts to cheating. So I said, okay, so now that this amounts to cheating and you have a breakup, then you can be with someone else and that's okay. So she said, yes. So I said, okay, so whatever suits you, I don't know, because I don't understand this moral code. So, there is, so there are these moral codes where it's not like, so lust is not forbidden. Lust is promiscuity, infidelity, everything is allowed, based on certain conditions. So basically the moral code is something dictated by vices, and the more vicious we become, the more lower the moral code shifts. So the moral code is not telling you to not be vicious, it is allowing you a lot of dignified viciousness. So you can be very vicious and you can think you are right. That is something about the moral code. So and then you see that if somebody is cheating, so then, and they say that in our business, usually people siphon off like 70% of the profits. Like if they sell something for 100 rupees, then they take 70 rupees home, but I take only 60 rupees home. So then that person is a very noble person because he is leaving the 10 rupees and he is cutting cutting the cost by 10 rupees. But then that is exploitation. So you are taking 100 rupees from the customer and putting 60 rupees in your pocket. But then if you say that, others are putting 70 in their pocket and I'm only taking 60, then that's good enough. So all these things, whether it is lust, whether it is anger also, righteous anger is a big part of the moral code. And anger is not only understood to be right, but it is propagated also by the moral code. And sometimes your only moral duty is to get angry. So you are asked, why don't you get angry in these situations? You must get angry if you are a true patriot, or if you are a true father, you true mother, then you must get angry in this kind of a situation. So this is about the moral code. And Mama says that when all morality is lost, then the moral code comes in place, and the moral code is created by vices. So then the moral code are morally justifying how vicious you can be. But what is the true moral code of a human? So Mama says that as Baba has told us, that the true moral code, true code of conduct is to be absolutely viceless. Yes, so what is the true code of conduct of a human being? So a human being is supposed to be totally viceless, and that is the way we were in Satyug. And these other codes of conduct are just creations of a vicious mind. And Mama says that if you ask somebody today whether you are a moral person, they would say yes. And then you say whether you are totally viceless, they would say no, that's not possible. But Mama says this is what you have to bring to everybody's attention, that it is advisable and natural for every soul to be absolutely viceless, and that is our natural state, and that is our true code of conduct. Okay, Om Shanti.